This wasn't just any Egyptian pharaoh, but Earth's first mutant, Apocalypse. He had declared himself a god. In his eyes, humans had no choice but to bow down. No one knows how many thousands of years he had lived. Whenever his body began to age, his 4 special warriors would find a new mutant for him. This time, the target was a mutant with tremendous healing powers. Apocalypse's most dangerous power was that every time he took a new body, he would take with him all the powers of that person, and these powers would constantly increase. Once all preparations were complete, the body-changing ritual began. At the priest's signal, workers removed the massive stones from the top of the pyramid. Sunlight fell on the golden markings, and all the energy began to flow within the pyramid. This was the moment when Apocalypse was most vulnerable. Therefore, his 4 warriors had to protect him at all costs. But the Egyptian people, fed up with years of oppression, were fed up. Hidden soldiers suddenly attacked, breaking the supports, and stones weighing hundreds of tons began to fall upon the pyramid. The 4 warriors responded with their powers and began ruthlessly eliminating the rebels. The rebels knew they were facing not a god, but a mutant who could be defeated, so they continued the fight without caring for their own lives. The continuous falling stones began to collapse the entire pyramid from within. Panic erupted outside, and people began fleeing for their lives. Meanwhile, the body-transforming process had reached its final stage. One remaining soldier was about to attack when he was stopped mid-air, his bones twisted. Then the last massive pillar also broke, and the entire pyramid collapsed. 3 warriors were buried under the rubble. The last warrior, fearing for his own life, clothed Apocalypse in metal armor and, with all his might, created an energy shield around him. Apocalypse survived, but his loyal companion perished under the rubble. Apocalypse was buried beneath the earth for thousands of years, giving the world a brief reprieve. Thousands of years later, the story shifts to the 20th century. CIA agent Moira Magar arrives in Egypt, the same ancient shrine where Apocalypse was buried. But inside, some devout devotees were already present, trying to awaken their god. As the sun's rays fell upon the golden symbols again, the entire system was activated again. The energy reached the ancient altar, and after thousands of years of slumber, Apocalypse finally opened his eyes. He gently raised his hand, and all the debris above him began to move away. Flying stones crushed the very devotees who had awakened him. Even as they lay dying, they couldn't believe that their god himself would be the cause of their death. Upon emerging, they saw a completely new world. No longer were there temples or their worship. All around them were cars, crowds, and modern cities. Then, their eyes fell on a young mutant girl. Her name was Aurora Monroe. She used her weather-controlling powers to conjure a sandstorm and steal from him. But soon, thugs surrounded her and were about to cut off her hands as punishment. Just then, Apocalypse arrived. The thugs mocked him, mistaking him for an old man. In the next moment, he turned the sand into a sharp weapon and quickly killed several thugs.